The landscape of biocompatibility has been very dynamic recently, specifically in ISO 10993-3 and 10993-4, genotoxicity and hemocompatibility. With genotoxicity, the standard states presently that you need to perform 3 tests: this Ames test, the mouse lymphoma test, and then the chromosome aberration test. There is a second option where you can perform the Ames test and then the mouse lymphoma, and you can size the mouse lymphoma colonies. This sizing takes the place of the chromosome aberration. The FDA does not agree with these 2 options, and in fact have released their own guidance document recommending the Ames test, then either the mouse lymphoma or the chromosome aberration, and then the in vivo mouse micronucleus test. In the standard, the in vivo test was only used as a confirmation test in case one of the in vitro tests fails. As far as deciding whether to do the mouse lymphoma test or the chromosome aberration, the only guidance we can give is if you're submitting your results to Japan, the Japanese Ministry of Health tend to prefer the chromosome aberration test. With ISO 10993-4, we are completely rewriting the standard. The standard states now is not recognized by the FDA. So we are trying to have the standard rewritten and have FDA recognition. The FDA does have representation on the committee and is actively involved in rewriting the standard. Some of the changes that we are evaluating is changing the chart to help you evaluate the tests needed for a certain device. This chart will now be looked at as surface size, where larger surface size devices will have to do more testing compared to smaller surface size devices. The other change we're exploring is replacing the in vivo dog thrombosis test with an in vitro option. The other exciting 10993 change that we're exploring is the evolution of ISO 10993-17 and 18. This is extractable and leachable testing. We have seen an increased emphasis on this testing to help justify some of the more expensive animal tests and to evaluate what chemical compounds are leaching off of your device. By evaluating these leachables and extractables, we can then do a toxicological evaluation on these compounds and determine the safety on these compounds individually, and then apply that safety evaluation to the overall biocompatibility. The final, and perhaps most exciting addition to the ISO 10993 evolves around the in vitro sensitization and irritation tests. These tests have been validated in Europe and are currently being used for the cosmetic industry. We are looking to piggyback this validation and seeing if we can apply these tests to the medical device. This will replace the animal sensitization and irritation tests, and perhaps, based on a round-robin testing that's about to get started, be able to convince the FDA that these tests are a valuable and predictive replacement for the animal tests.